I'm WG and the patch notes for the Wednesday update in CHIZURU are out. You will also be getting a follow-up video reviewing Shizuru's full kit, as well as also everything we've learned from the EN or JP stream as well, including banners and the like. So let's have a look at the patch notes and start off with the fact that there is going to be a maintenance, though as far as I can tell as of this moment we do not know how long that maintenance is going to be. I would assume, or you kind of have to assume, it's going to be a similar maintenance to last time. So after the Yuki banner ends, there should be around a 1, 2 to 3 hour maintenance. So what we're talking about here is the fact that you're getting a new chapter for the event. So the same how you got a Yuki chapter, you now get a chapter for Shizuru. It's going to be again more rewards, more gems, more units, more potential crystals as well. Then we have ourselves the Great Rift, where the similar vein this works is you'll be going into this fight, and in the first half you want to be defeating the boss as fast as possible. By defeating the boss, you earn yourself extra turns to use in the second phase of the boss, whereas the second phase of the boss all seems to be about blocking, shielding, and healing. So phase 1, the order phase of the boss, is going to be a, you could say, DPS check to see how fast you can kill the boss, and then phase 2 is going to be a survival check, apparently, seeing how long you can survive against the boss, how well you can block the damage, and the like. That's at least what we learned from the stream. In the same vein, there'll also be a ranking system. This system should be in-game, but also on the official website, and the rewards for you ranking in this event are going to be fashion pulls, event currency, and some, I think, crafting materials. So it's nothing crazy. And then on top of that, you also get a sticker. So you get a sticker equivalent to this icon in the shape of the boss, based on how high you get. So if you get the top 1%, you get yourself a fancy sticker. But there are no rewards that you have to be worried about, so it doesn't make a difference if you're top 100 or top 3%. Nothing in terms of pulls or the like comes from it. Then we have ourselves the second supply store, and this is the Omega code. The Omega code is the guaranteed dupe, and the guaranteed dupe can be bought once for 6,000 fragments. You can use it on any character, past, present, or future. So you will be able to, for example, if in, let's say, a year, a character comes out that is going to be a limited character, you could still use the Omega code you get right now, or you can use it right now on any of your favorite characters to power them up in their ego manifestations by 1. Then we're getting 5 standard pulls, 5 prism lenses, the undetermined ego crystal, which is again the duping material that you need for the crit and the crit damage, and I think the unique card potential to bring those to +10. Or I guess +5 for the other potentials. Then we get ourselves the crafting material that we can buy once, psionic certificates and psionic advanced manuals, the premium growth of the Grovestone of the Void, so for the potential for Void characters, then gear crafting, gear upgrading, affinity, and character and partner level up materials. And then we have the content improvement. Now the Dimensional Tunnel event that occurs in CHIZURU, new choices will appear, and through these choices you can experience additional gameplay after completing the Chaos Interior. So a button that allows you to move to the Zero system will be added. So the way they explained this is there's now a hidden boss. If you make certain choices during a Dimensional Tunnel, seeing as how it says after completing the Chaos Interior, there is now going to be a hidden boss that you encounter after fully beating the run, as like a last boss that you have to beat. And there even is supposedly multiple bosses based on your story progression. So there's going to be new things added right there. Then allows you to move to the Zero system will be added to Galactic Disaster, so that you can now upgrade your Zero system easier. And then all currently owned codices and any newly obtained codices will receive the option Event Dimensional Tunnel occurred, meaning that you will be able to get a Dimensional Tunnel in these events. And if you get yourself a forbidden card and put that forbidden card into a character's deck, then that deck also becomes a seasonal deck, meaning you can now farm seasonal decks in and outside of Laboratory Zero. So yeah, here, save data obtained through these codices will now include the season symbol, allowing it to be used. So it doesn't even have to have you place in a forbidden card, it just needs to have the Forbidden Tunnel event tag, supposedly. Then there's going to be a new unidentified area called the Demise Gate, and the location of the dimensional tunnel is now displayed at all times. So you now don't have to count the question marks anymore or wonder. You are guaranteed to know where the dimensional tunnel is, meaning you will have to restart your runs less, because you can always just go to the dimensional tunnel regardless. The interference fate, which previously indicated dimensional tunnels, is now unobtainable. Makes sense. And now the messenger system, the Unigram. Furthermore, there will also now be a couple new areas added to the CHIZURU, and this is this Demise Gate, and in the Demise Gate you will be able to get even more fates, which are these run buffing buffs. We have to see how strong they are, but now we have the Unigram Messenger. So the Unigram Messenger, nice and simply explained, is you increase your character's affinity level, and then they're going to send you a message, and then you can talk to the characters. Are there any rewards here? We don't know that yet. But you can talk to the characters, you can have a little bit more of an, I guess, intimate interaction. Then we have ourselves the Blackhorn trade shop. That means that every time you play a chaos run, you get yourself these crystals of discord, as you can see in Chaos Manifestation Codex and the Disaster Chaos. And then you can use these to buy more. And then maximum obtainable crystal of discord per difficulty, seeing as how in the Codex you get 300 starting from difficulty 5, and in Disaster you get a guaranteed 300 starting from difficulty 1. Now the items you can get yourself are plenty, but the most important ones are you can get 5 summons, you can get the weekly currency, and then you can get yourself the Great Growth Stone of the Void. So these are like the blue potential stones that you can buy up to 250 of. Then you have manuals for every character, the Hunter and Partner certificates, some extra experience times by up to 400 times. So what you take away from this is just you play Chaos, you get more resources, you get more rewards, and it's going to be up to 5 of these per month. Now this is interesting though, this is per account limit, whereas this one is per month limit. So maybe at some point you have all of these bought out, maybe they refresh it, we'll have to see. Now, next up, events. We have ourselves the Unigram event, which just wants you to interact with the new way Affinity works. Affinity now allows you to send specific gifts to specific characters to increase the affinity they gain from there. So the affinity system as a whole becomes a lot more broad. So now you have like a quest to give the cute rabbit doll to Ray, and then you get yourself crystals as a reward. Or that you give the locket necklace of memories to Ray and that you get yourself crystals. It just introduces you to the fact that there's now a bit more nuance to how Affinity works. Then we have ourselves a check-in event. The check-in event highlights are day 7, day 14, and day 21. It's going to be standard, fashion, and premium pulls respectively. We don't really know how many of those, but it's just a login event and you get extra rewards along the way. Let's see, how many pulls? Can we see that here? Oh, a 10 pull. So it's going to be a standard 10 pull, a fashion 10 pull, and a premium 10 pull. That is pretty sweet. Alright, now during the raid up battle, you will get the chance to try your CHIZURU in the virtual tactical simulation, giving you some extra rewards. And we have the CHIZURU raid up. Now, if you haven't, I mean, you won't see it in this patch notes, but I will tell you already, the units on Shizuru's banner are going to be Ray and Tressa. So it's going to be Shizuru, Ray, Tressa as a raid up, if you were curious about that. We have ourselves Shizuru as the Psionic. She has, I think, the same baseline as every other Psionic, but if you're curious about like a stat comparison, she has 25 less attack than a Yuki. Do with that what you will. Then here we have ourselves all the effects of the cards, but these cards are missing the epiphanies, so we won't be talking about those in detail. Here you can also check out the ego manifestations if you want to, but we also again have a more closer look at that. Here we also then have the partner banner that makes Westmacott go into the standard banner. The partner effect, we also tied it in a bit more with Shizuru, otherwise this doesn't really tell you much. And now improvements. So the improvements to the affinity system, seeing as how you have now items that give more affinity, more complex affinities. So the 4 types of favorite gifts, you get more. Preferred gift, you get an extra reward. And now then you can also hold them to get an information pop-up, which is honestly fine. And you can now get symbols and numerical values will be now displayed, allowing you to exactly know how much you gain from psychotherapy policies, sending gifts, and the like. A gift system related to the incursion content will be improved. Additionally, gift items obtainable through incursions will be added, and a tier list of gift items obtainable will be categorized by area. Alright. So here we have the unit consumption. So the fact that when the update rolls around, you get all your 80% of all your level up rewards, not promotion rewards, just level up rewards for your characters. It should be around a 40 to 50% refund. And yeah, then obviously everything else from there on out will be 80% cheaper to level up. Then for the base set of hyperspace, there will be a new season, and there will be a total of 48 new battles spanning from the 1st to the 10th base, and including both the first and second halves. Meaning again, it's going to be 10, but throughout these 10 you'll have an average of 4.8 battles, if that helps you. And the support effect is when you use a targeting attack card with 2 or more hits, you gain 1 morale for 1 turn, up to 3 times. So this is again a bit of favoring Shizuru. Now we're also going to get 2 new memory fragments, or new memory sets, which are going to be the Force set plus 50% damage to instinct cards used on broken targets, and the Orb of Inhibition when hitting 2 times with an attack card plus 10% damage amount to void cards. So currently really, really only as applicable on somebody like a Rin or on somebody like a Shizuru. Now these both will appear in the Flames of the Orb, meaning there will be a whole new dungeon and it can only drop these 2 sets. And yeah, you can now also craft them, right? Very important news for all of you waiting. There will be a Rey lobby. So Rey now gets a lobby screen. It looks the following. It's going to be her in kind of like a school setting with a little bit more of a cute vibe. You can now replay the voice lines of the special lobbies. The Chaos Matrix will go up to level 100, meaning overall every one of us will be getting more rewards, especially for those of us that have like a bunch of Chaos cores left over. We can then, or we should instantly be getting those rewards leveled up retroactively. The rewards for Battle Mission 6, there was an issue where during Battle Mission 6 you weren't getting any rewards outside of just the crystals. These have now been updated to just be the similar traces of memory, level up materials, and support data and the like. We'll also be getting Battle Mission Chapter 7 with both normal and hard difficulties, meaning if any of you are currently scared about not having enough resources to level up Shizuru, don't be. Just the battle missions alone will give you a crap ton of resources. You'll be swimming in units and you wouldn't even know what to do with them, and you will also get a whole bunch of character experience, so resource worries should be at an all-time low. Now, policy rewards in Arc City will be increased, which is okay. We get a turn indicator based on in which turn you are during your current fight. During a Basin of Hyperspace, you'll also get the number of turns displayed for Team 1 and Team 2, allowing you to better get an idea of how many turns you've played. Then a quick formation feature allows you to just place all 6 rather than 2 teams of 3. The card image for quick shelling will be updated, sure. Quick shelling, I think that's Veronica's card, right? When an item's quantity exceeds a certain amount, it will be now displayed abbreviated, meaning 1,000,000 equals 1000k, whereas 100 million equals 100m. Don't ask why. The login screen will be improved, so there's options such as settings, error report can be accessed directly. The button positions in some account settings will be adjusted. Screen animation text, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so you can now talk to people in Arc City, and you can talk to the Delang shop owner persons. It's a minor upgrade. And then right here we have ourselves the new option. This is when you start into a Chaos run, the Divine Representative now sets all monster HP to 1 for the next 3 normal battles rather than 2. Unviewed help tips will now be displayed at the top, allowing you to easier collect the gems there, I guess. The storage limit for memory fragments will now be displayed, so we'll have the life tracker for memory fragment count, or yeah, the faint memory count. When defeating a boss during Chaos Manifestation, yada 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 yada. Additional rewards, units and traces of memory will be granted based on the difficulty of the Chaos, meaning you now get even more rewards for spending your 60 stamina on defeating these bosses. Or maybe they'll even give it to you without you having to spend the stamina there, which would just be passive units and passive gear crafting. Battle-related improvements, effects that increase the number of hits are now reflected in card descriptions, meaning that if through whatever effect, like think the Maelin Ultimate, you are able to see an increased amount of hits, then you'll you see that on the card. So basic attack is going to say it's going to be whatever percentage times 2 rather than you having to guesstimate. So any hit increasing effects will now be directly displayed on the cards. The descriptions for these items is just going to get improved. The main point is there were some like weird things like at the start of after your second turn reduction is now going to change to start of turn 2 equals XYZ. When tenacity damage is dealt through card effects other than attack hits, a dedicated tenacity damage effect will now be displayed. Sure. Raise Darkened Cessation 4th Epiphany, cards in the exhaust pile could be selected causing damage but effects not to apply properly. Okay, so now you can't select exhaust pile cards. Good. The combatant info UI now displays both the current amount and maximum capacity of faint memories. I mean, we already had that. A warning message will appear if you were to exceed the maximum capacity with a done action. This is very important, which means without even having to look at the data, there will now be a big warning that tells you that you are indeed doing something wrong. In the Galactic Disaster and the Codex gameplay, the info panel now displays the penalties and benefits applied by the current chaos level. Sure. New exclusive animations will be added for breakdown penalty and reconstructing consciousness, and the occurrence rate will be adjusted. Harmful effect animation will be added when the breakdown penalty occurs. A beneficial effect animation will be added when you break out. Alright. The appearance rate of breakdown card penalties and reconstructing consciousness will be changed to fixed values. With the appearance rate fixed, using additional cards will no longer affect these probabilities. In identified areas where high difficulty battles occurred, such battles will be now marked as elites. Ether Eater and Soldier Shadow will no longer appear together in the same battle. In battles where Ether Eater is the small rainbow dog, appears, mute infection monster icons will no longer be displayed. Okay. Battles featuring Ether Eater will no longer trigger invasion. Alright. The difficulty of 2 story battles will be reduced. The attack power of Hearty Appetite in 5 Dimensional Tunnel and in 8 Special Protos. The functionality of the rare species Pursuer of the Void possessed by the interior boss appearing in difficulty 0, 9, 10 and 11 will be improved. Before he gained 1 morale at the start of every turn, now at the start of the turn he gains 3 hunger, which increases by 1 for each turn up until this point, meaning that instead of him getting a stacking morale increase you can do nothing against for 9, 10 and 11, he now gets hunger, meaning that the more times you hit him, the more you reduce this buff. New packages have been added at $7.99, $20.99 and $29.99, giving you 10 anchors and paid crystals, so a 20 pull, and here's a 10 pull and a 10 pull, but for both standard and normal pack. And the support kit is $7.99 for 5 times stamina, 640 crystals, 35 units. This is not that bad. Alrighty, bug fixes, type error. Issues where a common card reward in an unidentified area become unselectable. An issue where the Galactic Disaster Relay area where reward options that could not be obtained appeared will be fixed. Penalty list for the Chaos High stage incorrectly. An issue where the required currency appeared as 0 in specific situations after ego manifestation will be fixed. Okay. So now you can buy memory codes, which is important. Okay, an issue in breakdown, link crash ready animations. I'm just looking for anything that's like truly valuable for us here. Oh, an issue where victories achieved through additional attacks after turn and did not count toward win with an X. So what this means for all of you is if you're playing, let's say, a Tresor Agony deck and you kill the target with Agony, it's still going to be the same turn rather than the turn after, making units with end of turn effects even more reliable during Hyperspace Basin. Rapidly selecting options in the Starshine Dinner. Okay. Okay. An issue where the stack effect of Rin's Dark Mist Inner Art 5th Epiphany upgrade did not function properly. What this means is if you had Rin's upgrade card with plus 50% damage, or I think by 50% damage, it wasn't stacking with itself. That is now fixed. Charon's Echo of Futility 3rd Epiphany did not apply its effect when defeating an enemy. Malin's unity of attack and defense first epiphany behaved differently from its description. Stealth reload third epiphany card generated a different type of bullet card will be fixed, and an issue where the continuous effect stack count gained from using this card was displayed as 1 will be fixed. Okay. Renoa's 3 1st and 7th potential nodes did not apply their Dirge Bullet upgrade effects to extra attacks will be fixed. Okay, so Renoir's Dirge Bullets just became stronger. An issue where certain card draw effects did not function properly. Luke's Rapid Fire 5th Epiphany, Luke's Dingo Howling 5th, Forbidden Engraved Malice, Card Extended Magazine 6th, and Marin's Partner Skill. Okay, so you now draw properly. That's good. Owen's Wind Charge did not consume when activating a Ballista card will be fixed. An issue where Ballista card did not function properly when activated by G-Code, Mute, Accent, or Forbidden Engraved Malice. Okay, no animated. Mika's Blessing of the Wave did not apply its healing reduction indicator. Stage 2 triggered as harmful buffs will be fixed. 7th potential node. So now you get, so Chester's 7th potential is now fixed. An issue where Bria's and Reese's skill descriptions for status ailments did not clearly state includes cards that have been changed. So now, as you all know, the Briar partner does work for Charon's cards, and now it's even clearer that it truly does. Okay. An issue where the Spark of Passion effect from memory was not consumed when activating will be fixed. Activated even when its conditions were met through Chaos upgrades. An issue where the activated even when its conditions were met through Chaos upgrades will be fixed. Oh, so this seems like you can now meet the requirements for the 7th potential node throughout Chaos upgrades and throughout gear. So it should be now that much easier to activate the 7th potential node, unless there's like a misspelling in here. Because this doesn't make sense. Even when its conditions were met. An issue where the effect of corrupted rare species was incorrectly applied to the cards in the exhaust pile. Dirge Bullet did not benefit from critical damage increase will be fixed. That's good. Okay. An issue could not proceed. An issue where the achievement would not complete under certain conditions. Okay, people, that is everything that changed with the 3rd season. That is the whole patch notes. I hope you were able to, again, take something away from this. You'll, again, as I said, get follow-up videos in regards to the full stream, everything that wasn't mentioned in the patch notes, and obviously, yeah, Shizuru's kit in particular.